G'day guys, so today we going about on poundage. Now that can be quite a controversial topic as everybody always wants to shoot the maximum poundage and get the most out of the bows, especially when you're a new archer. So why is it important to choose the right poundage for you? You see, especially when you're new in archery, your muscles that you use to draw a bow is not as developed as it should be. Even if you're an active guy that spends a lot of time in the gym, it's not necessarily that your archery muscles is built well. And for that reason, you need to set up the bow poundage that is comfortable for you, not what your ego tells you to do. So what is that? So basically, a nice rule of thumb is if you sit down flat on a chair, you need to be able to draw the bow without hesitation. Now, saying that as well, if you draw back your bow, you need to be able to control the whole draw cycle. What I mean about that is if you start at the front, you need to be able to draw it back till the end at a slow, steady pace as well. If you struggle any time in that in that draw, especially at the back where you struggle to get it over, the poundage is most probably too heavy for you. And although you then battle it out and you shoot like that, you can actually damage your shoulders and so on, and in the future you can't shoot anymore because your shoulders are buggered. And that brings me to my next thing is you have your poundage now, you set it to what you're comfortable with. Then comes the draw. Now there's a lot of theories out there and so forth, but you need to draw a bow that puts the least amount of resistance or strain on your shoulders and back. Like the guys tend to want to use their power in their arm. So if you draw a bow and only use your arm, you're putting too much strain on your shoulder, and that can in time hurt your ligaments. It's more technique than power. So if you draw a bow, you need to draw more with your back muscles than your arm muscles. And that comes into draw technique. Like you will see a lot of guys what they call sky drawing, starting at the top and bringing it down, which is not the correct way. And especially you'll see guys with heavier poundage bows that they draw a bow but they come into the chest and then bring it up, which is putting a lot of strain on your elbow. And if you bring something up to here, you've got no power. So then you strain your shoulder to get it past, if you get what I say. So yeah, and that again, if you do that sort of draw, when you get into full draw, the chances of you aiming below the target is 90%. So then you're on full draw, you're already aiming below target. Now you must try and get the bow up to get on target, which is also not always that easy to do when you're on full draw. So the big thing is to draw the bow, and when you get into full draw, you're pretty much on target already. So you don't lose that valuable first seconds when you're on full draw to try and get on target. Then you can rather spend it to get to fine tune your shot and actually shoot. So what does help is to get your form already on. Now I will say your elbow is more or less eye level, not overextended like that, just eye level, comfortable, bow forward, and it's just a back movement. Just a back movement of your shoulders, not your arm. So they basically work together. And then if you do it that way, your bow is already basically on anchor point. So you don't spend as much time finding your anchor point, finding finding your target. So your shot execution is just so much smoother. When you draw and you're already on target, you can just fine tune your aim and shoot. You don't have to wander around or come from top of the target and drop into the target, or from behind and so on. You're pretty much there already if you have the correct draw. And yeah, as I said, you're doing the straight back motion with your elbow. You'll see if you draw that way, your arm doesn't move on its own. Your whole shoulder basically moves to the back. So it's a whole shoulder back movement, not just your arm. So it's easier on the joints, and you'll shoot much longer years by doing it that. So so forward, you lock this shoulder, you lock it in, and you just go back. So then you're already on target, and if you're already on target, you can just do your shot execution. So yeah, that's my tip of the day when you start off, even if you experience archer, you can always, we never stop learning. So always tweaking, always perfecting your art, always trying to get that competitive edge and mastering our skills. That's what archery is all about, and that's why we love it. Straight arrows, and yeah, let me know what you think of the video and if this helped you.